It's a story that we've been covering for more than a decade now. Delphi salaried retirees looking to restore their pensions after the General Motors bankruptcy.
That's right. You may remember back in October, I had asked then candidate Joe Biden, if elected president, what would he do to help this group fighting for years to restore what they've earned? Here's what he said at the time. And I want to speak about the Delphi salaried retirees who've been fighting to have their pensions restored since they were reduced in the GM bankruptcy in the first Obama term. Can you please tell me what you're going to do about that?
Yeah, I can. Look, I support the Butch-Lewis Act, but it doesn't cover the salaried employees, the non-union employees. I'm going to do everything I can to figure out how they can be brought into, look, people work like hell for their pensions. My dad lost a pension when a company he worked for went out. It's not right. So what I'm going to do is be working with your senator to figure out how we can, in fact, bring in the salaried workers who are really hurt as badly. They deserve their pension.
But the latest round of relief from the federal government still does not include any help for the Delphi salaried retirees, and the president has still not spoken to Ohio's senators about their despair, despite that promise.
Now the group wants to know if they've been left behind yet again.
It has caused a huge amount of damage to us, our families, our communities, our whole state, and it needs to be overturned as quickly as possible.
12 years later, 1,500 Valley Delphi salaried retirees still fighting for their pensions. Senator Sherrod Brown tells me the political landscape in Washington makes it very difficult to get legislation passed because of narrow majorities in both the House and Senate. As a result, Democrats couldn't afford to lose a single vote in getting the most recent relief package passed, and there was no political appetite to include much more.
I don't know what's next. I'm hopeful we can do it.
The most recent rescue package includes help for 100,000 Ohio workers' union pensions. But Brown says the Delphi case is more complicated, and getting help for them is going to require a separate bipartisan effort, one he hopes to introduce soon.
Is that something you would look to introduce?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we can get bipartisan support, we can get this through.
Brown has worked on previous legislation to help Delphi workers, along with Senator Rob Portman and Congressman Tim Ryan. Gump says he hopes President Biden will follow up and use his authority to restore their pension. This after a previous promise to do so from the Trump administration hit a dead end.
It's time to get this done, get it across the finish line. We're very pleased that the union workers will have their full pensions. We should have ours too.
Now, the Delphi salaried retirees have a pending lawsuit against the Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation and say they're considering taking it to the Supreme Court.